Thank you. Yeah, it's an honor. Good to see you, Dr. Rucci, and everybody. It's an honor here to share the thing that we are doing in this far part of the world, in Latin America. I think what I would like to do is to share, how we can do a world-class company that I hope we have uh, on the drone industry, but basically doing services. And then at the end, I'm going to explain why we are doing services and why this is important for the business that we are doing. Just to remind you and to warn you that we are a for-profit organization. So for us, money is God. So just be careful. I have to warn you in this one, but I will, this is not going to be an advertising propaganda. I'm just going to share what we are doing. And if you want to make money, this is the place. But we are not, this is something that we are doing. Anyway, UAV Latam is a corporation based on Panama that we have more than 9 years experience on doing operation and the commercialization with drones. Basically, we operate with drones with a different kind of sensor, and then lately we are processing this one with all the AI tools, software that are on the market. This is the presence that we have. We have presence on 9 countries. We started on Peru, we have Colombia, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, Costa Rica, Panama. Recently, we have Brazil and then Dominican Republic. So this is the 9 countries that we operate based on Panama. And what's our mission? Basically, provide our customers with high technology solutions to processing and integrating information using drones to capture that information. And our vision is to recognize as a leader on the region. And then to go into the business, there is nothing wrong, for a guys to operate on the garage and having a couple of small Mavics and doing the filming for their sister or, wedding. But if you want to do significant work for big customers, you need to have an integrated management system that is based on the quality standards of the industry. That's why we have the ISO standards. We have ISO for quality, for environment, for security, and also most of the companies based on, how, unfortunately, how the corruption is around the world. Also, we need to implement the ISO to avoid the corruption into organizations. And also another thing that we are doing is we are leveraging the experience in other business around the world. So we use a very good methodology, at least it worked for us, Franklin Covey, the 4 disciplines of execution. That's a good way to run a company. That's what we are doing. And then, of course, we are in a very regulated industry, so we have to respect and take in consideration all the regulations. The first thing that we do when we open a country is we visit with all the regulators and we tell them what we're going to do. And they are very welcome that we do that way. Another thing that we didn't find with the market is as a good company, you always, in most of the markets, you look for a ERP, something that, maybe the guy from SAS, Oracle will bring you and then will help you. But unfortunately, in our industry, because we are so new, we don't have an ERP for drone companies. So we have to create our own system we call CIAD, Integrate Aeronautical System for Drones, that we operate first the customers. We use the main worldwide CRM, the Salesforce. For operations and maintenance, we use a couple of good tools, Drone Logbook and Drone Deploy. And to handle all the other parts of the organization, we use Monday to integrate all the systems. So with that one, we create our own ERP for the company. This is our organization. Each one of the countries has their own general manager, and then we have a coordinator on it for the whole company. Our technical team, and this is important, is came from different industries. That's the beauty about drone industry. We have people with experience in aeronautics, geomatics, mechatronics, energy, electronics, telecommunications. So the good thing, we can mingle all these experience and expertise. And this is our value proposition. We have local presence on most of the countries. We have top industry. In each one of the countries, we have top local industry experts and pilots. And then we provide only one point of contact. If you want to develop the product on the whole region. And as you can see, reading for that one, also we improve efficiency, and also we process the data with artificial intelligence. And this is how the thing works, you know. And then be careful, because also I would like to give some warning here. We need to, especially the countries that we call it, you know, in development. We don't want to make the same mistake our fathers or grandfathers made, to sell the copper and buy the radios and buy the SIM, buy the chips. That thing could happen with the drones. If we are not alert, there are already companies from the North Hemisphere that they are buying just the services in the countries. So, and they pay us for the raw material, meaning the video, and then they will do all the processing, and then they will have the relationship with the customer. So I'll warn you and warn all the people who want to get into the business that be careful on this. Maybe you need to do that one at the very beginning, but just be careful that you need to do the whole processing from A to Z to keep that one with your customer. We do not manufacture any drones. We partner with what we consider the best partners on the industry for the manufacturing of the drones, and also for the sensors. We evaluate each one of them, and then we operate and we buy equipment from them. Also, there is some markets that provide us red carpet, our markets to decide to scratch their heads and say, well, I'm not sure. So if they are not sure, we are not interested on that market, because there is several markets already that are giving us the red carpet to work with them. And this is the 6 main markets from our understanding: mining, oil and gas, energy, infrastructure and maintenance, defense and SAR operations, and logistic and cargo transport. These are the markets that we are working on. And as you can see here on this slide, these are all in detail, all the things that you can do on each one of the markets. You know, for instance, just to take one, logistics, you know, cargo. We're going to be able, and also you will see, we're a partnership with a very good company that they're producing, to our understanding, one of the best cargo drones in the industry, which is Wingcopter. And then we're going to use that one for our operations. We're waiting on the Wingcopter 198, that we're going to receive before the end of the year, and then we're going to start operating in all the 9 countries. And this is the thing that we do. We do inspection and power line transmission. On power line transmission, we also use LiDAR, for this, and also thermal cameras. And also we do inspections on the right of way for the electrical towers and the pipelines too. We also do surveys on the open pits mining, which is this is where most of the minings are welcome companies like us to help doing their work. Oil and gas also, we're going to, unfortunately or fortunately, we're going to eat the lunch of the general aviation, because that's the market we're going to. We're going to go after the small planes and to the helicopters. We already proved that with the LiDAR installed in a drone, in an M300, we can have the same results to installing a LiDAR camera in a helicopter. Just to give you an idea about pricing, the price of the camera, of the LiDAR camera for a helicopter is about $500,000. And the helicopter time is about $2,000, roughly $2,000 or $3,000 an hour. For us, the camera is not cheap, but it costs $100,000, and the cost of the flight, we can run it in $200. So as you can see here, is an order of magnitude on the pricing to do the same work. And then also we are working also agriculture and environment. And also we use the multispectral cameras too. As you can see, the one on the left is a picture with a regular sensor, and the one on the right is a photo with a multispectral camera. You can see the difference, and you can tell that the bottom part of this area is something that is different than the main part, which is on the top. Also, infrastructure and maintenance. We also use thermal cameras. Security, we use also the infrared and the thermal cameras for surveillance. We also have operations on defense. And how do we do it? Well, we use drones, of course. And then in lack of a better classification, we classified drones, the one that we have in our fleet, with fixed wing, copters, and VTOLs. And also we have some submarine drones also. But the fixed wing, we have the small ones that are the operational ones. We got the tactical, which is the one that may use between 15 and 200 kilometers. And then, of course, there is a strategical one that we receive training, but we are not able to operate one of these yet. Then the copter, basically the main DJIs, come up, as you know, come up with these, that 300, the 30s, and they come up with the new ones that are very reliable. And then the VTOLs, this is the new kid on the block. Everybody likes it. There's still some challenges on the VTOL, but I think that the future is along those lines. And then also we have submarine drones to complement the work, because when we do mining, also the same people ask us to do work on the mining. Usually the mines have lakes around them. So we use also the submarine drones to help them the survey of the lakes around the mine. And then also when you do operations, you don't want to just find out kind of a last minute what you're going to do. No, that's why we have a flight simulator in the office. So whenever a customer asks us to do a work, what we do is we ask them the KML or the KMZ, and then the description of the work, and then we do all the simulation in our simulator, and then we know how many resources we're going to need, how many days, how many drones. So in that way, we were able to provide the customer a very accurate cost on how we're going to charge and what time we're going to use it. And this is our part of our fleet. This is the wingcopter drone that is a vertical takeoff and landing. The new version, we're able to do 100 kilometers and taking 10 kilos, 20 pounds. And then, of course, this is the kind of the new kit on the block. Also, everybody's using it, the Wintra 1 Gen 2. And also we have these Mica Sense multispectral cameras, and also the EVs, and also the LiDARs. You know, that's something that I already mentioned. LiDAR is very useful. And then when we are going to compete with the general aviation. And then there is certain instances, for instance, that's very difficult to do work without LiDAR. For instance, the definition of the cables for the electrical towers is very difficult to do with a regular camera. That's why you need to use the LiDAR, which is a laser radar to have the returns. And then we use the software, the AI software. Some of them we use proprietary, some of you we use tools that are on the market. You know, we use basically for processing, we use Pix4D, and then for AI, we use Pictera and Leech to do the processing of the data in real time. We use also this couple of system, Altea and Esri. That's another piece of advice I'm going to give you. You know, you can let everyone do their flight the way that they think should do, and then doing the processing with Pix4D, ArcGIS, similar to those. But the most important thing, to my understanding, is you need to present the customer the results in a GIS, in a graphical information system. Because if you are going to do the work and give them a PDF file, the minute that you do a PDF file, the minute that data is already obsolete. So my advice is trying to get any of these. There's 2 or 3, Bentley, Esri, there are several tools on the market that it will be able to provide in the cloud all the information, and then you can do your work, upload from the back door, and then the customer may be able to see it directly from the main door. And this is something that it is just taken from our side. So when the customer decides, say, hey, I think I'm going to buy a drone. And I said, well, you are a mining company, you are an oil and gas. You are not a drone company. So if you are able to do all these 10 things on what I see here on the screen, welcome. But if you are not willing to take into consideration all these details, let us do the work for you. And this is, you know, the main advantage of why the companies are using the drones. Reduction of cost, deployment flexibility, efficiency, safety. We do not risk any people involved. Environmental, we use batteries, electricity, and the precision. So basically that, and this is the main reason what we're doing. You know, this is a survey done by the German company Drone II, and then you can see here how the market is going to grow. We're going to, from now until the year 2026, we're going to double our market. But interesting enough, if you can see here, hardware is going to be 16%, software close to 5%, but where the money is going to be on the service. Close to 80% of all this new revenue is going to be on us providing services to the industry. So that's, you know, that will be my advice to the people who want to play or work on these things. So that's pretty much what I have to present today, and I'm willing to answer the questions that you may have, Roger.